When you look at a wide range of data, it is getting back to some semblance of pre-pandemic. You look at headline inflation levels. There were some stickier pieces of underlying inflation, but now that labor market adjustment looks like it's happening more fully. Those pieces of stickier inflation will be trending back to target. And so when you kind of look around the economy, things look like they're getting back to some semblance of normal after the unique set of shocks that we had post-pandemic. And I think the thing that's not as normal that really stands out, obviously, is the policy rate. And obviously Federal Reserve officials understand that. Powell was very clear at Jackson Hole that they are going to start that journey back to normal, or at least kind of what they think could be normal. And and the pace of that is really going to depend on the data from here. And if we see economic weakness, then they'll go faster.
Tiffany, I really appreciate that. I'm kind of situating it in this moment, the way that we had Brian Levitt doing it, Katie Kaminsky earlier in the show. This notion that there has been this kind of post-pandemic readjustment that might not be as notable or as noticeable as the kind of initial adjustment that we had. Where are we in this cycle as you see it? When you look at what we're getting in terms of inflation data, pulling back more broadly to look at labor data as well, give us a sense of where this economy is as you see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the labor market data has been, sort of confusing, if you will. The usual signs in the labor market of an underlying economy that's not doing well, i.e. the unemployment rate rising, I think is a bit of, you have to, kind of dig into the drivers of that indicator, because if you just looked at the labor market and you looked at nothing else, you would be incredibly worried about a recession. But if you look at a broader range of indicators of the economy, it looks like it's doing okay, right? It's a soft landing. If anything, the activity data, the growth data, the GDP data have been coming in better than expected. So I think you have to, kind of take a step back and, just again, understand that there's been a unique set of shocks since the pandemic. It's made indicators, usual economic indicators, more difficult to read. And I think the unemployment rate right now is one of those things.